Hey guys, we are live. Had the question, are you having technical difficulties? Yes, we're not technical. That's the difficulty. Right, Josh?
That's right.
So I want to introduce you to somebody. I'm going to pop him up on the screen so you can see him. Some of you may know Josh. This is Josh. You say hello?
Hey, how are y'all?
Josh is my son he's 19 for a few more days. He'll be 20 really, really soon.
Just for
Tell us about you, Josh.
I am about to be 20 in just a couple of days. Going to college, working. There's a lot. Busy, always.
How'd I get so lucky to get you here today?
Yeah, I know. It's lucky. It doesn't normally happen that way, but we're excited.
But because of that, we're only going to be live for about 45 minutes, maybe 50, because Josh has to go to work this afternoon. But I'm taking advantage of him now. So here's what's going to happen today. Josh is going to be moderating the chat for us. So if you guys have questions or comments while we're going through the demo, be sure to ask him. And he's signed in under Vinny's Vittles because Josh doesn't quite have an account yet. We're still learning and setting this thing up. So next time Josh will have his own account, or Vince may be moderating, or I hope Gareth may be moderating. I'm just going to throw that out there for next week anyway. So we're working on that. So today we're making this little guy, which I think is super cute. See this little card? And it's got raindrops on the front, and it's acetate. So when you open it, how cute, right? Josh, do you think it's so cute?
I think it is so cute.
Oh, what I get my kids to do.
That's right.
So I really am appreciative of Josh. So before we get started, I know there were some questions earlier in the chat before we actually got signed in. So I want to answer a couple of those, and then we're going to jump right in.
Yeah, we had a couple questions earlier. A lot of birthday wishes. Thank you so much for those. I really appreciate that. But a lot of people are asking if it's cloudy and stuff on the chat. I don't know how we can fix that.
Oh, yeah, we don't know why. Like, we're in HD. We've got good internet bandwidth. I don't know. We have checked everything, and so it's cloudy. I also have a lot of light coming in the window. Josh does too, because it's kind of bright today, but we're learning. I promise every time you watch, it'll be better than last time. So bear with me. We're getting there.
And another question about Periscope, asking when do you do your Periscopes normally?
Whenever I get a win. I don't have a schedule for Periscope. I do have a schedule for YouTube. On YouTube, I schedule Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Monday, I have 1 or 2 videos. On Wednesday, we have 1 video. And then on Friday, we have 2 videos. That's all YouTube. On Periscope, I just kind of do that whenever. That's kind of the idea behind Periscope. For me, anyway, I just kind of go, oh, this is something I'd like you guys to see. And so I do Periscope. And you guys will get like a little notice, like you do your Twitter or your email or whatever, and you can come watch. Like I did one this morning early, just showing that I was getting some prep stuff ready and let people chat with me a little bit. So I don't have a schedule yet. I may schedule a specific one periodically, but for now, we just kind of do it willy-nilly. Did I answer that one?
Yep, that answered it for me.
For you, for sure, right?
Yeah, for me. And a lot of people that's about it. They're just saying happy birthday wishes, all that kind of good stuff. They're excited.
Good deal. Well, we're going to get started on today's craft. I'm going to change the camera and talk to you for a second as I do that. Oh, wait, I got to tell you something. I almost forgot. It's so exciting. We are like less than 150 subscribers away from 50,000 subscribers. I have to tell you, that is I don't even think that was a dream of mine. I never even thought that could ever happen. And every day I look and I'm like, I can't believe how close we are. We're getting so much closer. But we're going to do an incredible giveaway. Are you ready for this? When we hit 50,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away 3 prizes. Prize number 1 is a year subscription to our regular stamp club. So the stamp club where you get the cool, matter of fact, we're using one of those stamps today. Prize number 2 is a subscription to our scripture stamp club for a year, a whole year subscription. And prize number 3 is one of those cute tote bags that I have that say Maymay Made It on them, and it will be full of my favorite things. So those are some pretty cool prizes, I think. And so as soon as we hit 50,000 subscribers, we'll have a big giveaway. And I'll do a video and announce it and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't want to forget that today. Pretty cool, huh, Josh?
Yeah, we're really excited about prizes.
I love prizes and I love giveaways. I love giving y'all stuff. Okay, let me give y'all a demo. So we're gonna do this little card today together, which I think is super cool. Super cool. It actually uses my new stamp set, which is called Birthdays, which I think is cute, and it focuses on acetate. I'm kind of considering doing like an acetate week, like this whole week doing different projects with it, because I really like it and I thought this was super fun. So look what I've done here, and then we'll get started. I took a piece of acetate and I stamped on it with some ink that I'm going to show you what that is, and then I just made a card out of it and put that little umbrella on the inside. Anyway, I'm going to show you step by step, and I'm actually going to show you two different ways because some of you guys may not have all these products I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you two different kinds. I think what we'll do first is we'll stamp the acetate. I actually did one ahead of time to save us a step, but I'm going to tell you all the details about it. There's my camera in that acetate. That's funny, huh? Here's the ink we're going to use today. This is Alabaster Ink, and it is by Brutus Monroe, which is also Christopher Allen, who's a friend of mine. And he sent me this ink, and I have been anxious to try this. I'm going to use the stamps from my stamp set I was just telling you about called Birdie Says. And it's this set, which is kind of hard to see right now because I don't have it in the packaging. But we're going to use the raindrops. And I have in this set, I have the cluster raindrops, and then I have the individual ones. We're going to use the little cluster here. And all we're going to do is ink this up and stamp it on our acetate all over the place. Now here's what I did. I used the little cluster kind of as my guide, and I've made a line down one side. They don't have to be perfect because they're raindrops, so it doesn't matter. So I made this little line down one side just like this. And then I go back and I kind of split the difference. I'll show you when I lift my hand up. See how I kind of went between those? That works really good to get the coverage on this entire page. I think this is super cute. So I'm just going to stamp and stamp and stamp. Now I would normally stamp this entire page. And then if you have any spots, like see this one in the middle, I'm going to take it and just go to the top and just stamp it again to fill it in. Now, in the stamp set, you also get some little individual stamps, so you can use that to fill in if you have any gaps you don't like. And I know you're going to ask me, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this stamp set will be available in the store sometime later this week. Once Vince gets all the Stamp Club stuff sent out, then he'll decide when he can put it into the store, so that way all our club members get it, and then you guys can get it in the store. All right, I'm going to clean this on a baby wipe just like this. Y'all know how I use my little baby wipe pad. You can see I've been stamping already there. That was cute. All right. Now, I would normally fill this whole page up, and here's what I want to tell you. This is a pigment ink. It dries very slow, or you heat set it. So what I did to save a little time was I went ahead and I stamped raindrops. I'm going to flip this over so it doesn't, oh, you can see I got more raindrops, so let's stay here. I stamped raindrops all over this piece of acetate, and then I used my heat tool on it to dry it. Now, I timed how long it took. I did it in 2 different times, and I did about 3 minutes the first time and then about 3 minutes the second time. It is a pigment ink, so it's going to sit on this acetate and it's going to take some time to dry. But once it's dry, you can see it is dry, okay? Like, for example, if I did that now, you see what just happened? You don't want to do that now. You want to heat set it first. Okay, so we've got that all ready to go. Now then, we're going to take a card base, and I'm going to use an orange colored paper. Now, I got to tell you the dimensions of this card base, and I tell you what I'm going to do to make this even easier. I'm going to do a blog post, and I'll link it below and everything, where I have all the dimensions for you guys, because I think it'll be easier if you can see that in the blog post. I'm going to score this. This piece of paper is 4 1/4 by 6 inches. 6 inches. That always reminds me of 6-inch ribbon curls. So 4 1/4 by 6 inches. The reason I did that is because I need a little flap to put the acetate on. So we're going to score it at 5 1/2, just what would be the regular height of a card. Then that's going to leave us this little 1/2 inch flip to kind of come down like this, and we can hide that acetate inside of it. So that is that step. And let me get the bone folder because I want to crease that down a little bit. So, and I actually have this on a textured paper. I'm going to flip it the other way because I'll get a better fold because this paper's textured. I'm going to crease that down really tight. Now the other thing, this piece of acetate, I cut it at 4 1/4, so it's the same width. and it's just slightly smaller than 5.5, just about a 1/16 of an inch. The reason for that is when you put this into that little flap, there's going to be some resistance from the fold, so you want to just leave a little gap space for that. Now, as you know, acetate does not hide adhesive. Fortunately for us, though, we've got some pattern on our acetate, so it won't show real bad. And I'm not going to use a liquid here. I've had a lot of people tell me they struggle with liquid adhesive and acetate. So here's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my favorite sticky tape. I love the sticky tape, and it works perfect for this application. So let me find my little pokey tool. I'm going to peel that backer off, just like this. And then I'm ready to put this guy in. Now, I just kind of put him up against that fold and take it and kind of tap it down on your work surface like that to get everything even. And then fold this over, and it's going to pick up your little top. And see, now we've just made a clear fronted card. Super cool, huh? All right, let me find my scissors to trim this off. Any questions about what I've done so far, Josh?
I've had some questions about where's the best place to get the acetate?
You know, I'm glad they asked that question. I actually use overhead projector sheets. This is a box of overhead projector sheets that my aunt gave me when she cleaned out an office she worked in. And she was like, I'm not going to waste these. What can you do with them? And I have been using this box forever. But I will tell you, they are not the ones that are made for heat tools. So I'm really careful when I use my heat tool on it not to hold it in one spot too long. And they do make acetate that is heat safe. So if that's an issue for you, you might want to think about that. All right, I'm going to open this dude up and show you what we're going to do on the inside. We're going to stamp a sentiment in there. And the one that I have stamping there today is called Sorry You're Under the Weather. And before I do that, let's prep another piece. Let's go in and do that real quick. I have in this stamp set an umbrella, which I think is the cutest stamp. I'm having more fun with this umbrella stamp. So here's the umbrella. Now I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to use some Memento ink because I'm going to color with spectrums. I'm going to use my Spectrum Noirs to color it. So I'm going to ink this up really good. Earlier today, I had a question about getting a good impression with Memento ink. Sometimes you can get a splotchy impression, and sometimes it's not very dark. My first suggestion is, if you can afford a MISTI tool where you can stamp it twice with the MISTI, you'll get a better look at it. You'll get a better impression. But the other one is this. Ink your stamp up like twice what you normally would. Really put it in that ink. Sit it down onto your page and hold it there and let that ink kind of transfer instead of just kind of blotting on the page. And that will help you get a better impression as well. Going to use some Spectrum Noirs, and we're going to color. So Josh, while I'm coloring, you probably, if there's any questions, you can let me know. I'm just going to color each one of these a different color real quick, these little sections.
All right, we had one question about getting the prizes and stuff. How did you sign up for that?
I'm going to do a video once we hit 50,000 that will give all the details for that. We will probably have to do that on a raffle-copter kind of thing like we've done in the past, because there'll probably be lots of people who try to get involved in that one, and I hope there is. So I will probably do, I know I will do a separate video for that. So I did orange here. I'm going to do pink over here. Get that in there. I'm using Spectrum Noirs, and somebody asked me earlier today what kind of paper this is. This is Neenah Bright White 60-pound paper. It's not my favorite for this process, but it's the best that I have for it. My favorite paper for these markers is actually the one made by the folks at Crafters Companion, which is 4 Spectrum Noir markers. I think it is the best that I've ever tried. Blue in the middle.
We also got a question about what's the name of this stamp set again?
This stamp set is called Birdie Says. It will be in the store this week at some point. The best way to get updates on that kind of stuff is to go to the store, which is MaymayMadeIt.com. Get yourself an account and accept the marketing, because what we do when you accept the marketing is we'll send out emails to let you know if new products in, and that is probably the fastest, easiest way to find out. All right, I'm gonna bring this up and let you guys see what that's looking like so far. Super cute. Now, I wanna do one more thing, which I know you've seen some other YouTubers do, because that's how I learned it, if I haven't hidden my blender pen from myself again. I've done that all day today. Oh well, it's gone. Okay, if you have your blender pen and you're not like me and you lose it, then you can make polka dots in this dude using your blender pen. And I totally can't find it, so we're gonna have to skip that step. But I'll show you what I did on the other ones earlier. So I finished coloring this one, and then I took it to my brother's scan and cut machine. And let me just show you what I did. I scanned this guy in and had the brother cut it out. And look at that cut. I'm in love with that machine. You guys are going to be seeing more coming from me about that machine. I've got some videos already in the works. And this just makes it so easy to not have to like fussy cut. That machine just does it right for you. So check that out. So we got this guy ready to go in the middle of the card. So I'm going to bring our card back over. We're going to put him right there in the center. So I'm using Smart Glitter Glue to glue him down. Just a wee bit there. Okay, I'm going to put him in the center, kind of top center, like so. And now he's ready to stamp our sentiment. You love how I call everything he and she? I do that all the time. Like, this umbrella is a he, apparently. I'm going to use some VersaFine Onyx Black ink. I'm going to stamp it in here. This sentiment says, sorry, you're under the weather. There's all kinds of sentiments in that set. Matter of fact, there's some that are for baby showers and bridal showers. There's a whole video on my channel showing you about this stamp set. I'll link it below so you guys can see that. All right, so there is the sentiment stamped and the umbrella all done. And then we have this little piece that comes over, just like that. Now, the other thing I did on the other card was I rounded the bottom corners. I just thought it looked cute to round the bottom corners. I'll round these real quick. And I'm using the 1/2 inch to make it kind of a big round. Isn't that cute? I like that. Now, another thing I did, you can see here, I wrapped some baker's twine around the top. See that? It's kind of blurry. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. I wrapped baker's twine around the top, and then I just tied a little bow just to kind of dress up that top. You could do anything to that. You could put ribbon, you could put beads, you could put a sentiment, you could stamp something right here. But I think this is the cutest idea for this little card to have the raindrops falling. And I'm going to show you a second way to do it in case you don't have the ink and you don't have the stamp set. You can try this way. So while I set up for that, Josh, do we have any more questions?
Not right at this moment, we don't. I'm answering a couple questions back on the chat, but no new questions at this time.
Good deal. He's so professional. He's like not even being himself. Come on, Josh. Work it out, dude. Work it out. You guys should ask Josh questions and then make him ask on the screen. That'll be funny. Bringing the cuddle bug in. Here's the trick for this card. Everything about this card is done exactly the same way, except we're not going to stamp raindrops. We're going to use a folder, and I'm going to use this one. It's made by Cuttlebug, and this one has the big dots. I wish it had the name of which one it is on here, because it doesn't. Let me see if it's down here. Nope, it's not. But anyway, this is the bigger dot, not the Swiss dot. The reason I'm using this one is it looked better to me. I did try it with the Swiss dot, but I don't think it looked as good as this one. So this acetate is the same size, 4 1/4 by just slightly under 5 1/2. And then I'm going to use a B plate. I'm going to use my A plate underneath that. This is the sandwich we're making, and then we're going to use a B plate on top. And then we're just going to run this through the Cuttlebug and emboss. And it will not be exactly the same, but it will give you the feel of those raindrops instead of having the ink. Move this guy out of the way and show you what we get. I love embossing things. Okay, you see how it looks like water drops? I think that's really cool. I think it looks like water drops to me anyway. I'm gonna set that aside when we get the base ready for this one. I did the same thing with this card base. This is a 6 inch by 4 1/4. I scored it 1/2 inch from the top. So I can fold that down and get ready to adhere this down. Using my sticky tape again. The sticky tape works wonders with the acetate, amazingly well. A pokey tool out. Take that backer off. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lay this acetate on top and then kind of tap this down to line them up. Make sure I get it lined up on the sides, and then just flip that piece over to pick up that acetate. So now we have a little rainy looking front, and we got to put our umbrella inside. So I have another one. This one is orange. I love this little umbrella. Look at this guy. See the polka dots? Let me point to this. See these little polka dots in here? What I did was I took my ink blender pen, which I totally lost somewhere in this room, and I just made polka dots in the orange, and it pushes the ink away and causes the color from underneath to kind of show through, or the white to kind of show through. And then I went back and did some little dots using a Stardust Jelly Roll pen to put some glitter. You can kind of see the light on there. So you can see what I did with that one. And this guy's going to go in the middle as well. Now, I think you could put all kinds of stuff on this card. I think you could do this for a bridal shower. The little bird from this set would be really cute inside here, like he was in the rain. Maybe have the umbrella over the little bird. I think that would be precious too. Pick this guy up. Right in the center top. Love it. Now let's put, I'm going to put a different sentiment. I'm going to put this one that says, don't hide in the storm, dance in the rain. I like that one. Find a bigger block for that one. And I'm going to go back to the VersaFine. I love this VersaFine ink on these colored papers. I think it just is really nice and deep black. Look at that. I love it. Let me bring it up close so it'll focus really good for you. Check that out. I love it so much. And then let's tie some baker's twine around this one. That'll be cute. I'll show you how I did it. I'm going to crease this down really tight. You got to know that that acetate is not going to lay perfectly flat, because once you run it through the Cuddle Bug, it's kind of hard to get it flat again. What's going on in the chat, Josh?
A lot of people are saying they love it. Excited about it, saying it's cute. Everybody's liking it. A lot of people are asking about bingo. Can you play bingo?
Not today. We can't play bingo, but if they like bingo, maybe we can bring it in next week. That's something super fun. Do what?
So we've got a couple of people asking about it.
I don't mind giving these cards away at the end. I don't know how we'll do it with bingo. We'll figure something out. A lot of times on Periscope, if you follow me or you follow Florette Bloom, she does it a lot. She plays bingo at the end of her Periscopes to give away what she made, which is super cute and fun. I love that. And I did buy a bingo machine, but I have not got it set up for this just yet. So maybe next week we can use bingo, but this week we'll do something different. So I'm just wrapping baker's twine. Do what?
We got one more question.
Okay.
What ink did you use to stamp the umbrella?
I used the Memento ink so I could color it with my Copics. That's the ink that works best when you're using alcohol markers, is to use Memento, and I used Tuxedo Black. That's the color I used. Let's do another little trick here. Amy Rasavi from Prairie Paper and Ink taught me this on one of her videos, and I love it. You tie a knot in your baker's twine, and you use your reverse tweezers, and you slip them on that knot, and it will hold it nice and snug for you, hands-free, while you tie a bow. The other thing she taught me, which is brilliant, is when you're tying the bow, tie a baker's twine really loose, and then adjust your bow out, because if you tie it tight, you don't quite get a clean, neat bow. It kind of twists when you bring it back, but tying it loose first, get it to the size you want, then tighten it, pull these little guys out. That is just such an easier way to do that than how I always used to try to fiddle with it before. And I just wrap that baker's twine around 3 times. And there it is on the top. And there is our little card. I love it. I hope you guys like it. Tell me this in my chat. Would you guys like to see a week full of acetate projects? Do you think that would be fun? Because I got all kinds of ideas running around in my brain. And I'll give these cards away to a lucky winner. we'll figure that out in just a few minutes and see what we can do to give them away. There's the shot of the cards. What do you guys think of the cards? Let me know.
I've got another question. Does the ink work with the watercolors?
The one for watercolor is the VersaFine. This one, the VersaFine, here's a tip for inks. Like, I know it's so confusing. I'm gonna bring this up where you can see it. If you look on the back of the ink, a lot of time it'll tell you what you can use it for. This one in particular will tell you perfect for using watercolors to color stamped images. So check the backs of your ink. And also on Maymay Made It and So Did I Facebook group, I have an article that I posted there, and I'm pretty sure I put it in the file so you can go check it out. It's an article that compares all the inks against each other to let you know which one to use for which. That is a great article. And you can also do a little Google search and find a lot of charts and things that people have created to take some of the guesswork out.
Everybody's saying they love it. Probably 20 or 30 people saying yes.
That they love it?
Yes, love it, love it. Hearts and everything.
Good deal, you guys. So it was quick and easy, and I think you can use it even if you don't have the stamp set. But once you get the stamp set, you can do those little raindrops. Do you like the white, the ink on the acetate? I think it's super fun. By the way, before I forget to mention it, Brutus Monroe inks, even his colored inks will dry permanent on acetate. So if you're interested in doing this with a color, maybe you want to do a light blue or something, check out his colored inks too. I'll make sure there's a link below, but if you want to go now, it's brutusmonroe.com. That's where you can check them out. I bet somebody already typed that in the chat for him, didn't they?
Yes, earlier we talked about that.
Yeah.
What was the pointy tool that you just had?
The most incredible tool ever. Look at this tool. Don't look at the dirty part of it. I should have cleaned it. But this tool is a picky tool. It is made by Kaisercraft, and I think, do we have, is Vince in the room with you there, Josh?
He is.
Are these in the store? We can ask him if they're in the store.
A little pointy tool. The little pointy tool. Is that one in the store, Dad?
Look at this.
I think so.
Is that what she calls like an embossing tool?
No, this is the die pick tool.
Oh yeah, I think there's some in there.
Dad thinks there's some still in there.
It's kind of lucky to have the purchasing shipping guy right there next to Josh, so we can ask that question while he's sitting there. But check it out. It has a pointy tip. See that pointy tip there? I love this for taking the backer off of foam tape or off of sticky tape or anything like that. And then this other end is a spatula end. I'll use my hair for the background there. There we go. The spatula end. And you can use that to scoop things out. And you want to know what I used it for this morning? I'm so bad. Okay. Go to my Facebook group. Go check out Maymay Made It and So Did I. There's a photo there where I cleaned out this corner chomper this morning. And I used this to get down in there. And I had to because I waited way longer than I should have waited to clean this guy out. So I had to kind of pick down inside of there and get all those little pieces out. It was so many pieces. But this little spatula end was awesome for cleaning, getting down in there and cleaning it out. I loved it. It was awesome.
A lot of people are asking if you have a score in the store.
A what?
A score?
Oh, a scoring tool. Yeah, we do.
Awesome.
Where's it at? Here it is. Here it is. This one is the one. This is also from Kaisercraft, and I just got this one. It has a metal tip and also a plastic tip. Now, this is not a super fine tip. I have one that I use all the time, and I used it just a minute ago. Now I've put it somewhere. Things need like tracking devices on them in here. Okay. This is one of my favorites. I just picked this one up at Hobby Lobby, but I have not found one like this to put in our store. So I found this one, and I like it as an alternative because it's pretty much the same on the ends, except this end, the plastic end, is not as fine. But this one's in the store right now. How can I give these cards away? That is the question. How's it going there, Joshy? I don't know what people are saying. I don't have the chat today.
It's pretty good. Do you carry the Teflon bone folder in your shop?
I don't. Not yet anyway. We might eventually, but right now I don't. I have had one in the past and used it, and they're lovely. I don't have one now. But, no, I don't carry on them just yet. While people are chatting, I'm going to talk about a couple of things I wanted to make sure I mentioned today. One is, thank you guys so much for your feedback on the live show from last week. I think I learned a lot. I think today I've already adjusted some things, especially the time. A lot of people mentioned they didn't really care for an hour-long show because they didn't have that much time. So I tried to make our demo much faster today, but still give you all the information you needed. I like having a moderator because I'm not in the chat and trying to do everything all at once. So I hope you guys are enjoying that part as well. What else? The giveaway. We talked about the giveaway. And what are we chatting about in there?
Everybody's just saying they love it. They're excited if you do the week of the acetate stuff. They're really excited about that part. They keep talking about that. And that's pretty much it. No questions, no big questions this time.
The acetate week, this is what I'm thinking. I've got 2 other cards. No, I take that back. I've got one thing that I want to try to do that's not a mini album. I want to try to do, you guys remember when I made the envelope, kind of the envelope squash book? It wasn't a squash book, but it was like that out of envelopes, or a squash book. I think it'd be super cool to make an acetate squash book, or either an acetate envelope squash book. So I'm thinking about that. I've not tried it, so I don't know if it'll work. But if you guys want me to try it, I'll show you if it's a pass or fail. If you're interested, I think it'll be cool. Let me know if you want to see it, even if it's just a pass or fail project. I also want to do some acetate easel cards. I saw some amazing easel cards on Pinterest using acetate to kind of lift some elements up and kind of be just hanging there in space. They were amazing, and I really want to try that. So I'd like to bring you guys along for that one too. So if you're interested, I'd love to show you some of that kind of stuff.
We've got a question about, do we carry a scoring board in the shop?
We don't at this time. We don't carry a scoreboard. Nope. So
what
look
are the birds? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
What are the birds you colored earlier?
Oh, the birds. They were from that same stamp set. I have a clean one in here. Hang on, let me see if I can find it here. Oh, look, right here. Okay, this is the Stamp of the Month set for this month. And so this is the one that's going out to Stamp Club members today. And it has 3 different size birds. Like I said, there's a video on this that went up Saturday. I'll be sure to link it below if you're interested. And it has all the information on how to join the Stamp Club if you're interested. So yeah, that's the little birds. And I colored them earlier because you guys see my ScanNCut in the background. I'm learning that brother ScanNCut, and I know a lot of you guys purchased it when I did. And so I want to make sure that I'm able to show you how to use it. And it does recognize color. And it actually, like I showed you today with the umbrellas, it does an amazing job of cutting out shapes that we've colored, which I didn't realize that till I was doing a lot of research this weekend. I learned a whole lot about the ScanNCut this weekend. The one thing I learned is I do need to get an activation card if I want to use it wirelessly from my computer. Otherwise, I just use a USB cord or like what we call a jump drive. You can just use one of those. But I think I'm going to pick up that activation card. I think it's worth it. It's $50. Here's what happens. If you got the rebate information for $50 and then you get the activation card, it kind of pays for it. That's kind of the idea I think they might have had behind that. So I am going to pick that up too. Josh is typing. He can't talk and type at the same time. Can you see him?
No.
He's like,
I can't. I struggle.
The struggle is real.
Yeah, some people are asking, where can you sign up for the Stamp Club? So I'm telling them we can do it on our store.
Where can you do it?
At MaymayMadeIt.com.
Everything's at MaymayMadeIt.com. I love that now too. There's a lot of you guys, if you've been with me for a long time, you realize I did not have MaymayMadeIt.com for a long time. And now that we've got it, everything's there. You can see my blog there. You can see the calendar of events. You can see the store. You can see, I'm thinking, the Stamp Club. You can see my design team's projects on the blog. Guys, our design team is amazing, and they're taking our stamp sets and turning them into who knows what and putting them up. Like I have, we have a project coming up from Crystal where she is giving you guys a free template. She and I are working out this template, so you'll be able to get that on the blog. Be sure to go check out the website so you know everything is right there in one place together. Why are you laughing?
Somebody said I sound like Dad. Or like Benny.
You do sound like Benny.
He said I sound like him.
You get that a lot. You always sound like Benny. So tell us what you do here, Josh. Let's get Josh talking to you guys.
I do a bunch of different stuff, I guess. I used to do shirts, which I still help out every now and then doing that. This week has been crazy because we're trying to get all of our members to Stamp Club stuff sent out and packaged and coming to you. So we're really excited. It's been crazy hectic around here. Trying to get it all done for you guys. We even do some, we helped make the design team page. That was cool. We do a lot of website fixing up stuff.
I try to use Josh as much as I can on technical stuff. Like he and I work together doing some of that building on the website. I'm not technical, but sadly, Josh really isn't either. So between the two of us, we make one decent technical brain, right?
That's right. That's right. We do what we can.
We do a lot of Google searches. Josh is he is like a mini Vinny. Isn't that funny that they noticed that? He's mini Vinny. Oh, that's not true. If they saw your older brother, they'd be like, oh, that's who looks like Vince, right?
Oh, yeah. And hopefully you'll get to see him soon, too.
Yeah, he's coming home this weekend. That's going to be awesome.
People are asking about, can you plan a live make and take sometime soon?
Yeah. Actually, somebody commented that yesterday, and I think that's a great idea. And what that entails is that I would put all of the measurements and all the things you need to put the project together out ahead of time, maybe in a blog post where you guys can go ahead and get everything prepped. And then we would get together on a live situation where I make it with you and you go through it step by step with me. I love that idea. I think we'll do that. And that probably would be something we'll do in an evening situation. And I won't probably have a moderator for that. It would just be, you and I sitting down in the craft room and making something. We kind of do that on Periscope, but I don't give you the stuff ahead of time. So doing it on YouTube would be super cool too. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
We had one person ask if Vinny was an actual chef. He's a chef at my house, but that's about it.
He just plays one on YouTube.
That's right. That's right. Tell me about the class in Gatlinburg.
The class in Gatlinburg. I'm super excited about this class. April the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, we're going to be in Pigeon Forge. And when I say we, it's going to be me and Vinny for sure. And there might even be the kids there. I don't know. It depends on what school is like. And look, Josh's face lit up. Me? Am I going? He's so excited. Depends on what school looks like and stuff like that. But you will for sure get to meet me and Vinny, because Vinny will be at my classes to say hello and to probably help, because I will need help. But 3 different classes you can choose from. And I wanted to mention this because I thought this was really smart. One of my subscribers, Tamitha, hey, if she's watching, she is going to come in for the day. She's not even going to spend the night. She's going to come in for the day, take a couple classes, and then head back. So she'll get to be in one of my classes with me, which will be super cool. But there's 3 classes with me, but there's classes with all kinds of instructors doing all kinds of things. And you kind of build your retreat as you want it to be. So if you want to take 1 class this day or 3 classes this day, whatever you'd like to do, it's kind of a la carte, and you kind of build your retreat. I'll be doing a make and take class on Friday night that we're there, and actually me and several other ladies are doing make and takes, so you'll get all kinds of goodies there. In my classes, you'll leave with a stamp set that goes with the project we're doing, and to make it even better, because I know a lot of you guys are members of our stamp club, if the stamp set I'm using in that class you guys already own, you're going to leave with a voucher to either get one you've had your eye on in the store or one that's coming up soon. So I don't want you to feel like, well, I've got that stamp set, so I don't want to take the class. What you'll do is bring your stamp set with you so you can make the project we're making and then get a voucher for the one you want. And then other goodies. You know I'm going to give you goodies. So I'll put a link to that below, but if you want to check that out now, that is stampescape.com. And they also are on Facebook, Stamp Escape, ESCAPE.
We had a question. Would you ever do card kits to sell in the store?
We've thought about doing card kits. You guys don't think they're kind of done? That's my question to you guys. Do what?
We only had one person ask about it, but I'll throw it out there.
I don't want to, maybe not done is the word. I feel like there's a lot of great options for card kits out there. Some of them are expensive. I do know that, and I've been a member of some of those clubs. But we have talked about it in the past. I don't know. Let's say this. I always want to give you guys what you want. If that's something you would like, let me know. There's a couple of ways to get in contact with me. One is through Facebook. You can always get me that way. Or you can go on maymaymadeit.com. There's a contact us button. Click that contact us button and send us an email and let us know what you're looking for. Even if it's products or something like that you really want us to carry, let us know, because we're very new at this. We are a baby company and we are growing as fast as we can, but it's kind of slow because we're just a baby company, but we're trying and we love your ideas. And if a card kit's what you want, then I'm going to listen to you and do what you're asking for, because obviously, you know, I want you guys to enjoy what we offer.
Okay, a lot of people we've had 3 or 4 people say they're not done yet, and that they'd like to see them in the store just to try them out, maybe a few, and see how it goes. We also had another question. What is the difference between the Memento Fade Resistant and the Memento Tuxedo Black drop ink?
Oh, the Dewdrop.
Yeah, the Dewdrop.
I don't have one in here with me, but the Dewdrop, there is no difference in the ink. The Dewdrop's just a smaller pad. You know how sometimes you have companies that make the full-size pad and then the 1-inch ink pad? That is kind of Dewdrop's answer to the 1-inch. Or actually, I take it back. That's kind of Memento's answer to the 1-inch. So they're the same ink. It's just in the smaller. It's better for crops if you don't want to take your full-size ink pad. You just have that little one. And it comes in all their colors, too. Like, you can get a whole bunch of colors of the Dewdrop. It's pretty cool. It's funny watching you in there. There's like a lag. I can tell there's a delay between me talking and you, because it's like.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people are responding to the questions as we ask them and stuff, so it's really cool to see them interact together. But one question was, can you do more projects on the Cricut?
Can do more projects on the Cricut. My issue is I have so many machines now and not enough time to do them all. But I'll tell you what's coming. I want you to be watching for this. I am looking to do a live Cricut class where you guys might be familiar that I just recently did a class here at the Craft Cottage. That's where we are now. We have a cottage. We do classes here. And I just recently did a class for about 8 people. And this setup we have here, this live setup, we can bring people in. Like Josh is signed in like on a phone call, and we can bring people in. And you don't have to show your face. You can have it blank where we don't see you or what have you. But we're looking at doing, I actually was talking to Melody Lane about doing this with me too, doing themed YouTube classes that you get involved in, almost like a giveaway. Like we would put your name in a hat and draw your name and do the classes maybe once a month or once a quarter where you can earn one of those. Then once the class is completed, it would go to YouTube for everyone else to view. So it would be the reason we like the idea of having people interact with us is a lot of questions will get asked that we might forget to answer. And if we have people in there with us and we're answering their questions, then when it becomes a video later, some of those questions are probably stuff you guys have wanted to ask before too. So I will be doing more stuff with the Cricut. Sadly, here's the situation. When I created my channel, you know, it's DIY. I do a little bit of everything, and that's how I like to craft. So I don't like to focus on one thing, and I know that the amount of you that have a Cricut or have a Brother Skinny Cut is like minute compared to everybody else. But I do know you guys want to see those projects, and I love, you see my Cricut right there. Look, Cricut, Brother, and there's another Cricut in the other room that Josh and Thomas use. So definitely more projects coming with Cricut.
We've got a couple more questions. What's your favorite dye ink?
My favorite dye ink?
Yep.
Well, I have some favorite. I guess it would be, Memento. I'm going to go with Memento because I used it the longest. When I first started stamping, is it my favorite? Yeah, I'm going to go with Memento. When I first started stamping, I started using Memento, and I used it a lot. And the thing I like about it is I do get a pretty good black line for coloring with it and things like that. And it works really well with my photopolymer stamps. So I really do like Memento. That's the one I would say.
Awesome.
Pigment ink. Right now, my favorite pigment ink is the VersaFine. The black VersaFine is Onyx Black. And this one, there is such a difference between, because it's a pigment, there's such a difference between this ink and this one when you stamp it, but you need this one for coloring. So if you're saying my favorite black ink, I'm going to go with this one every time because I love it. Right now, I have some stuff to test out and try that I haven't tried yet. So once I try those, I'll let you know about those too.
Yeah, I've got a couple more questions actually. The classes, what do they need to bring to the classes? I think we were talking about the Gatlinburg classes, or maybe even the classes here.
It depends on the class. For example, if you're coming, like we have a class in Coleman this weekend on Friday and Saturday where we'll be doing a mini album. At that class, you really don't need to bring anything except your tools. Like you're going to bring, you know, your scissors, your paper trimmer, and of course you'll know what to bring ahead of time. In Gatlinburg, right now they have a list of supplies on the website, on the class site, but that could change, meaning it could be less supplies you need to bring because there are some sponsors that are going to be sponsoring some of those supplies. So as they get sponsored, they're going to kind of take them off. So don't pack yet. Like wait and pack closer to time for the class so you'll know exactly what to bring. If you do a class here, you typically don't bring anything, but if you do, I will give you a list. Like when we did the Cricut class, you obviously brought your Cricut and your laptop or your iPad or whatever you're using, but I gave you the materials to make the project that day. So it just kind of depends on the class, but I always make sure I tell you what to bring.
Okay. Will you ever sell cardstock in your store?
We might. It probably won't be my brand. Like, I don't know if I won't. I love so many different brands out there that I kind of hate to put my name on a brand because I like all those other ones that are already there. So I do look at that, and everybody knows my favorite cardstock is Nina. I love the Nina white cardstock. I love the color card. Matter of fact, this card we made today, this orange one, is Nina with the texture that I get at Walmart because I love Nina cardstock. So there is a good chance we'll bring some cardstock in.
Another question, what kind of inexpensive markers would you use to color in stuff if you don't have a lot of money?
I would get Bic Market markers. I do not have any here with me because they're at my Sunday school room because we use them in Sunday school. But the Bic Market markers that you can get from Walmart are alcohol markers, and you can do some blending with them, and you can mix them with your Spectrum Noirs and with your Copics and stuff like that. So start with those. You can get a really good set for like $15. I think it's like $14.97 or something for a big old set, and that's where I'd start. And check Amazon because they have them too.
When embossing, what ink do you use?
Versa Mark. Hold on, I'll have to get it. If I can reach it, it's way across the room. Here we go. Versa Mark ink. This is a watermark ink. There are other ones out there. There's other embossing inks. This is just the only one I've ever really used. Really, it's the only one I've ever used. And I like it a lot. It's a watermark ink and it stays wet longer. And by the way, if you have a pigment ink, for example, this ink we use today stays wet longer. So you can actually emboss those. They stay wet long enough for you to be able to do that too. It might not be quite as thick of an embossing you'll get from like a Versamark, but it'll still work.
And are you going to be doing dies for your stamps?
We are actually in the process of dies. We have files turned in. We have things working. It's just a matter of the process. The processes are long. A lot of stuff we're learning. You and Vince are learning a lot of stuff.
That's it. That's it question-wise that I can tell. That haven't been answered either by them or by me asking as well.
Good deal. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's demo. We need to give these cards away. So here's what I think we'll do. Is Vinny still in there?
He is.
Tell Vinny to write a number down on a piece of paper and don't show it to you. Write a number down on a piece of paper. Look, throw him a pen.
Yeah.
And then you guys pick a number between 148. That's your number, Vince, between 148. We have 148 viewers right now, so that's how we pick the number. So that'll be nice and fair. And then you guys in the chat start typing numbers. Look out, Josh. It's going to start flying. Has it already started?
While they're doing that, what is your favorite iron on vinyl?
Ooh, I'll tell you that in 1 second. So type your number in. And Josh, once we have several numbers, kind of interrupt me so we can tell them to close it, and then we'll pick a winner. My favorite iron on vinyl comes from expressionsvinyl.com. I'll put a link below. Their glitter, even their regular iron on, it is my favorite. I do not know the brand of their glitter. I wish I did know the brand, but I don't. It's amazing. And my boys will tell you too, because I've taught them how to use it in making the bags and the t-shirts for the store. It's simple. It's easy to use. It stays on. Like what shirt was it? I have the peach. You guys have seen the peach. You've seen the monogram shirt that I have. I wash them and dry them. I do not recommend that because the manufacturer of the glitter does not say to do it, but I wash them in the washing machine and I dry them on super low, like I think it's air heat or air. I dry them like that and they're fine and I love them. So I get it from Expression Vinyl. I've never ordered from anywhere else. Well, Cricut, but not Cricut glitter. But they're vinyl, they're Oracle, they're vinyl for glass and cups and things like that. Love it. Everything they have, I swear by. And I'll put a link below.
All right, stop. There's so many numbers.
That's good. That's good. So here's important, Josh. Do not close the chat out when we finish because we'll have to go back and verify the number. But now let's go ahead and type in the word closed. And that's where we know where we stop. So get your number in real fast, and he's typing in closed.
3, 2, 1.
Close. And today's winner will get all 3 of these cards. I'll send these out to you today. I'll put some Baker's Twine on there too, but the pink doesn't match, so I didn't want to put the pink on there, but I'll put some on there. And has Vinny got a number?
He's got his number.
Hold it up to the screen so we can see it, and then you'll be able to see who. They'll tell you if they picked that number, and then we'll go verify.
I'm seeing if anybody did get it.
Oh, you can look right now. Cool. Oh, you already know the number.
Yeah, I know the number.
Let us know. They'll tell us if they got it.
All right, you ready?
Dun, 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 here it comes.
Dad, you stink at writing numbers, huh? Kind of hard to see it, but
what is that say? Hold on, let me click on you. Number 18?
No, 81.
81 is backwards on the webcam.
That better?
Yes, number 81.
Sorry, Dad has troubles writing.
All right, if you wrote 81, put in the chat that was you. If you didn't put 81, pick the closest, whoever had the closest one to it, 80 or 82, like that.
All righty, we'll do.
We'll go through and check and see who won. If they already know if they already said it, do you see somebody that's already said they said 81?
We've had an 88. We've had a 78. We've had some close ones.
Okay, we'll go through and pick it.
Right now.
We will message you on YouTube. That's the only way we can message you is through YouTube because we'll click your username and message you that way. So go check your message boxes. If you don't know how to do that, be sure to watch the video that Melody did for us showing us how to use YouTube. It's awesome, and it's on her channel, and you'll be able to find it. No, it's on my channel, isn't it? How to make the most of YouTube watching. So we're going to have to go. Josh has to go to work. I sure appreciate you guys being here today. And thank you so much, Josh, for moderating.
Thank you, guys. I really enjoyed it. Had fun.
Good deal. All right, guys, we'll catch you in the comments. Be sure to leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and get us to 50,000 so we can do the giveaway. And be watching for that video once that happens. And leave a thumbs up. Did I say leave a thumbs up? If I didn't, leave us a thumbs up. Let us know if you liked it. There you go. Show it, Josh. Double thumbs up. Love you guys. I'll talk to you. I'll see you on Wednesday for some more Acetate Week. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.